Hello students, welcome to my little demo of the silo, everybody's favorite simulator. Now I'm going to program this silo and make all the mistakes along the way that I would expect a new student to make. Okay, so first I look at the silo here, see what I have to do. First thing I want to do is get this box moving. Okay, but remember, as I told you before, since this conveyor is going to be automatically turning off and on, the solenoid is going to be automatically turning off and on, we don't want to put our start-stop in the same rung as either the conveyor or the solenoid. So what we're going to do in this case is use the run light, and we're going to use it as a control power relay. So I'm going to take my stop button, give it a label, stop button, and my start button, and examine if closed. Start, label that, and output, and a seal in with another examine if closed contact. Now we're just going to grab the run light and use it on both of these. Give it a symbol. Run, I'm going to call it run enable. Now I don't want you to look at this as just a light. True, it has a light wired into that output, but we're going to use this internally as the control power relay for the whole system. So when this run enable comes on, we're allowed to run the whole system. There is a light wired to it out in the field. It'll turn on this run light on the demo, and someone out in the floor can see that it's on. Okay? Next thing you'd look at on this, you say, I want to move the box up to this prox. So I'm going to put in a bit in a new rung here, and I'm going to put the run enable in it, which basically says if the system is running, I can do whatever it is I want to do. Put the motor on the output, since that's what we're going to control. I'll give it a symbol. I'm going to call it a conveyor. Conveyor. Now, if we want the box to move up until it hits the prox, and this prox, does it tell us, is a normally open sensor, we want the conveyor to move while it's open and turn off when it's on. So we're going to put in an examine if off instruction, which basically says if the prox is off, run the box forward until the prox comes on. Prox. Now let's download and run, and we'll see what we have. Push the start button. Box moved up. Let's slow it down here. Box moved up, stopped on the prox. You can see in the instruction over here that the prox examine if off instruction is false, which means the prox is actually on, so the conveyor stopped. So we'll go back offline. The next step is to fill the box up. So we'll put in a new rung. Put the output in for the valve. Drag it off the screen. Give it a symbol. Fill valve. Okay, I also want to make sure that it's running before I fill it up. Anything that I want to shut off when I hit the stop button better have this run enable in the rung. Okay, before I fill it up, it would probably be a good idea to say that the box is under it. So I'm going to say if the prox is on and we're running, I can fill up the box. Okay, in my thinking I would like to say it's stopped there also. So I'm going to say if the motor is stopped, we'll just put the conveyor over here. We can fill it up. Now we don't want to overfill it either, so we better incorporate this level sensor. Now if you look at the level sensor, it's normally open. It's going to close and turn on when the box is full. So if I use an examine if off, if the level sensor is off, then the box is not full. And if it's not full, I can fill it up. So I'll drag the level sensor over there too. Give it a description. Excellent. Okay, I'll go offline. I'll download. Now, we want to start at the beginning again, so I can go simulation, reset simulation. Just takes it back to the start. Then I can put it in run mode, hit start, box moves over, fills up. As soon as this level sensor is triggered, that goes false, fill valve shuts off. It's beautiful. Now the next step is to get the box to start moving again. And the reason it's not moving right now is the prox right here. This prox is not let the conveyor run, so we need another alternate path around that prox to get it going again. So we'll go offline. Now in my thinking, what we'd want to do to get the conveyor going again is say if the box is full, we can run. So what tells me the box is full? The level sensor comes on. So I pop the level sensor in here. Say when the level sensor comes on, start moving the box. Makes perfect sense. I know this is going to lead to more problems, but for now that's the next best step. I download, simulation reset, put it in run mode, hit start, box moves up, box fills up, moves ahead. Oh, I'm dumping all over the floor. Better hit the stop button here before it floods. And what's happened is the box has moved ahead past the level sensor. So the level sensor is looking down the side of the box right now going, oh, it's not full anymore. So it went off in this rung, which shut the conveyor off. And the level sensor went off here, which started the fill valve right back up. The only reason the fill valve is not running right now is because I hit the stop button and killed the run enable. So it's a good thing we had it in that rung. Now we all know that box is full, but the PLC doesn't, because it doesn't have a memory. If it requires a memory, we're going to have to program it in. We've already done that in one rung up here. If we push the start button, it seals in and stays on. That's how you do a memory in a PLC. So what we're going to do is go back offline, program in a memory. Now, they gave us a full light here. I'm going to use that in our memory. So I'm going to put a new rung in. I'll put the full light in the rung over here. We'll label it full. Now again, it is connected to a full light, but we're using this as an internal relay again. Now what's going to tell us it's full initially? The level sensor, of course. So we'll put the level sensor there and say when the level sensor comes on, we turn on the full light, and just like the start button, we're going to seal it in. Okay? Level sensor turns on the full light. And when you seal something in, you just use the output of the same rung. So we'll seal a full light in with itself. Now once that level sensor comes on, the full light will turn on, seal in, and it'll stay on. Remember the box is full. So now we're going to use this full light to keep the conveyor running. And we're going to use this full light to make sure that the valve doesn't come on instead of the level sensor. So now the only place the level sensor in the program is right here. This full light is our new improved level sensor with a memory, and we're using that throughout the program as the new level sensor. So let's download this guy and run and see what we have. Download, simulation reset, run mode, push start, fills up the box, moves ahead, keeps running, looks great. Perfect. Oh, but it keeps going. Now the reason it keeps going is because this full light is staying on forever. We don't really want that. We wanted it to stay full at least until it got out of that area. Once it passed that area, we got to kill this memory. Almost like we got a stop button up in this rung. We're going to need something in this rung to stop it. So what could we use to say that we're in that area? Prox is the only choice. So let's only seal the full light in while we're on the prox. Once we get past the prox, two things happen. Once we get past the prox, this will go off, or the prox goes off, then this becomes true and the conveyor will keep running, so we don't have to worry about keeping the conveyor going. And once we're past the prox, the fill valve won't try and come on because it has to be on the prox in order for the fill valve to come on. So we got that in there. We'll download, hit run. Box isn't there, so I'm just going to hit start. Box moves up, fills to the top. runs off the end. New box is empty, it reset once it got to the end. Fills up the next one. So that's pretty much it. There you go. So try and reprogram it again yourself using some of these ideas.
I'm gonna open it. Let's open first the batch simulator simulation option, expand it so that you can see the whole picture of it, and then I'm gonna open batch simulator mixer exercise, which I have already written. So there you go. So let's turn it around and download the program and take it to run mode. As you can see, when we did not press any button, either stop or start button, so the process panel or the control panel shows that it is in idle mode. So when we will press start button, you see it filling it up, and the run mode it's showing that it's running, the process is running, and the full indicator is also lit up that the tank is full, and now it is mixing. The mix is on for further 8 seconds. Now it is completely draining it out. Now again back to the idle mode. If you press again, yeah, it's filling it up to the level, and it will turn on the heater and the mixer at the same time for 8 seconds. As you can see, the 8-second timer is running there. So yeah, this is working. So let's test its functionality step by step. For example, if we start filling it, can we stop it in the middle and whether it's gonna resume it back from the same place or no? So let's give it a try by pressing start button. Stop. Yeah, we stopped it, and it is in idle mode now. There is no process running. Everything is stopped, everything is halted, and the idle indicator is on. So let's press again the start button. Yes, it's filling up. It's filled it up. Now let's stop it here. Yeah, it's turned off the mixer. It turned off the heater also, and the pump 1, 2, and 3 are also off, and the flow meters, respective flow meters, are also in off condition. So let's push the start button again, see whether it's gonna start back from the same place or no. Yeah, it started. Stop it. Start, stop, start, stop, start, stop. Yeah, so yeah, it's almost working fine, I think. Stop, start. Yeah, viewers, I can see I think I'm missing one thing, which is decrement of this counter. This display flow meter should be placed. I have placed for increasing this. This is showing that it is filling it up, but it's not showing the level is decreasing. So I'll leave it on you. I hope you can edit it. It's very simple. Batch simulator, batch mixing simulator. I hope you would have understand that all stuff, and you would be able to modify it further in order to enhance its functionality or optimize the code. You feel free to comment, feel free to modify this code. I think you are able to see the first rung to the 13th rung, so I will just go through one by one so that you can see it. I'll just close this one so that you can see the whole program. Yeah, this is rung first, where the start and stop phenomena has been captured, has been taken place, and then the rest of the things are totally the logic. So that's all about it. Don't forget to thumb up. Thank you so much. Keep watching.